Hi, welcome to another episode of From My Distance Learning Mailbox. And let's look at today's question. Can I assign a multiple choice quiz and have it grade automatically in Google Classroom? This is the person that writes to me all the time, the inquisitive educator. The answer is yes, you can. You can create a quiz assignment, you can assign it, and then you can import the grades. So let's take a look. Now, there are a lot of steps. But because there are a lot of moving parts, but there are only three basic things we need to do. Create a quiz assignment, create the quiz, and then look at the answers. So let's get started by creating the quiz assignment. You guys know this now. Classwork, create, quiz assignment, and this is what you get. Let's just block off the one side for a second. So we get the title and the instructions, just like before, but notice down here on the bottom, we get a blank quiz in Google Forms. It's already made for you. Notice it says locked mode on Chromebooks. Do not use that. That is only going to work in school. If you use that now, the kids will be locked out and they can't do it. Down in the bottom, it says grade importing. That's turned on by default. You want to leave it turned on. And it told you on the last screen that it's only one response per user. It'll collect their email address, and it's only SBOE. You don't have to set that up. That's already done when you say, hey, make me a quiz assignment. Now, on the other side, we have things that are familiar. The top, the class and the students. We've talked about that before, the points, the due dates, all that kind of stuff. So we've done the first step. We created the quiz assignment. Now we're ready to create the quiz. All you do on that quiz assignment is click on the blank quiz. Questions, answers, and points. Make the first question ask for their name. Make it multiple choice. Make it required. Okay? First and last name. If you're going to use this, I would just do it that way. That makes more sense. When we look at the answer key, we want to make this 0 points, unless you're giving points for their name, and I don't know how you know it was correct or not. So 0 points, hit done, and now we're good to go. We want to ask another question, so we hit the plus, add a question. So let's just stop for a second. We opened the form. We asked the first question. We made it multiple short answer. What is your first and last name? And we made it required. Now we're going to add another question. So now we're really getting into the meat of the quiz. Okay, adding a multiple choice question. Here's the great thing. You can copy and paste from Doc or Word. Here is the deal. You can't copy the whole question and answer together. Copy the question and paste it in here. As long as the answers are listed on separate lines, a line break, you can copy all the answers at once and put them in here. Okay, so if you've got this digitally already, copy the question and paste it in. Copy all the answers and paste them in. Make this a required question. Okay, so now we're ready to move on. One more thing, really important. The 3 dots on the side, click Shuffle Option Order. That'll mean that it won't be ABC every time. It might be CBA. It might be BCA. Okay, so it'll be random. The kids won't be able to collaborate as easily. Once you've done that, click on the answer key. You have to click the right answer. You have to tell it how many points. And then you can go back by just clicking on Edit Questions. So take a deep breath. I'm going to have a drink and just relax. So we're going to enter the question, enter the answers, make the question required, shuffle the option orders, and go to the answer key and do the correct answer and the points. Now it's time to add another question. You have 2 choices, but listen to me. This is the best one to use. Why don't we just duplicate that question we made? Because we've already made it required. We've already said shuffle the answers. So life will be easy. So hit the duplicate button, and then we repeat. Enter the questions, enter the answers, go to the answer key. You don't even have to go to the answer key because it's the same one every time. It's even easier. Required, shuffle option order, duplicate, and repeat. All right. So now we've got the quiz made. We just have a few settings we need to look at, and then we can assign it. The settings cog wheel is up in the top right because there's my little icon. Don't worry about general or presentation. Let's just go right to quizzes. Again, we talked about do not turn on locked mode because they will not be able to do the quiz. Releasing the grade. This is the default values, what I'm showing you right here. You can decide immediately means immediately, and I'll show you that with a student sample. Down at the bottom, you can decide what the kids will see after they submit it. Missed questions, correct answers, and point values. Maybe you want them to see missed questions, but you don't want them to see the correct answers if you think the kids are going to cheat. That's something you can change each time. This is a key thing, and I talked to some folks this week that had this trauma. Once you assign it, if you decide to go back in and change anything on the quiz, edit the spelling or whatever, it's not going to let you import the grades. So my suggestion would be to, before you assign it, you double check the quiz and it's exactly what you want. All right, let's look at what the child sees. The kid gets the assignment, opens the quiz, and I just took the quiz. Because we set it up for his view score right away, he got this button. When you click view score, this is what he sees. How many points he got, what the correct answer was. If this had been wrong, it would have shown that. So that's what you're going to see if you use the default settings. Okay. See, now we're already down to the last step. This is not as painful as it was when I was putting it together, I guess. So we made the quiz. We did the questions, the answers, the points. We did the settings. We've assigned it. The students have taken it. Now it's time to look at the results. So you'll know you have results because when you look at the assignment, here's my test for quiz assignment, someone has turned it in. So we know we have results. We can go right to view assignment. Let's look at importing grades. When you go to view assignment, there'll be a button that says import grades. Because basically right now there's no grade here and we want to import the grade. You'll get this message, you say yes. You can import multiple times. It won't ruin any. If you do the first 5 and then the next 5, you can just keep importing the grades. There's my grade because there's only a 5-point assessment, so there's my 5. Now I'm not going to get it back yet until we click here and then return the grade to the student. Now some of you are saying, well, they already got their answer because you checked the box that said let them know right away. That's your call. I prefer not to let them know right away. It just causes a frenzy of why did I get this wrong and what's the right answer. It's just my choice. You guys can do whatever works best for you. Okay, so let's just go back through that again. You go to view assignment until the people are done. Import grades. Are you sure? Yes. It comes in, click on the student, then this button will highlight and you can return it. But all it tells you is just what the student's final grade was. It doesn't give you the detail. If you want to look at the detail, you want to look at the form responses. So you click on the form, and I know you guys are familiar with this little pencil on the bottom will let you edit. Click on edit, the 2 tabs, the question tab, the response tab. Click on the response tab. You get some options. Summary, you can look total, by question, by individual. It defaults to summary. Since there was only one student and they got the question right, that's where they are. This is why the name is so important. Notice the response when I go to individual, it shows my email address. Because I'm staff, my name is there. Your children aren't going to have their name there. It's going to be their number. So unless you know what their number is, you're going to have no idea who this is. This is why it's so important to ask, please enter your first and last name. But now you could go through and you could see all my information. So now you can create a quiz assignment, assign it, and import the grades. I'm going to close with a picture of the flowers from my front yard. I hope the day is going well. Please let me know what videos you'd like to see next. I'm taking suggestions.